Good morning. If ever we needed faith, we need it today, right? There's a lot going on. When I think about something I heard last couple of days, that perhaps in the next 5 years, 50% of the colleges that are out there now operating will be closed, all because of COVID. In other words, we got used to educating online, and it may not be an opportunity to bring these people back. You know, when I think about that, I couldn't imagine when I went to seminary. It was like 5,000 guys there, and being in chapel and hearing all of them sing "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God" and things like that. I can't imagine getting the same experience online. And so when I think about that, it saddens me for our future, for our children, as to where we're going to go. What's it going to be educationally? What's it going to be socially? Is everything just going to go to an internet? Is that the way we're going to live our lives? And I have a hard time believing that's the case. But nevertheless, that requires faith on my part to know what God wants me to do, where I am today, and what part I can have in this big picture. There's no doubt the world is changing around us. We can't stop that. But we can have faith in the midst of it and not lose our joy. And know that God still knew we were going to be born in this era. We were set at the right time. All of this was purposed by Him the second we came into this world. He tells us that He knew all of our parts before we were ever born. That includes the year. That includes everything about us. That includes our parents. That includes our culture. That includes the money we came into the world with as we were born, our parents and all those things. All of that got orchestrated beyond our control. But today, I take control for my own self, and I don't make myself a victim of this, and I'm responsible for my behavior. And one of the ways to be responsible is to grasp the grace that is necessary in order for me to have faith. And so there's degrees of faith. Remember Peter, he got out of the boat and he started to sink, and Jesus said, "O thou of little faith, why did you doubt?" And then we have the centurion servant who needed to be healed, and Jesus was going to his house, and he turned. The centurion said, "You don't have to come. I'm not worthy for you to come under my roof. Just speak the word." And Jesus turned around and said, "I've not found so great a faith, no, not in Israel." And so the Syrophoenician woman, remember, he said to her, "You have great faith," wanted to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he kept saying, "No, no." And then she said, "But even dogs get the crumbs from the table." He said, "Woman, great is thy faith." But then Jesus tells us in Matthew 17:20 that we only have to have the faith of a mustard seed. What I want to encourage you with this morning is whether you've got the centurion's faith, great faith, or whether you've got the Syrophoenician woman's faith, which was great faith, or whether you've got Peter's faith, which was little faith, or the faith of a mustard seed, the smallest seed. He said it's enough to move a mountain. You can say to this mountain, "Be thou removed." Obviously, that was a saying. He's not talking about physically, geographically move mountains. But he was talking about the mountain in your life, the mountain in my life. That if I have enough faith, I can truly believe God can handle that, which He will. But it requires faith. It requires faith in order for God to release that in your life. And so my question to you is this. Are we willing to say, "Okay, God, you know how much faith I have. I ask you to increase my faith. I ask you to strengthen my faith. I ask you to give me more faith, that I can believe you for greater things. But in the midst of this, I'm not going to let you go, just like Jacob, until you bless me. I'm not going to let you go, God, until I hear an answer. I'm not going to let go of my opportunity to trust you to do something incredible in my life and in my family's life and what I'm facing right now on my job or wherever it might be." Remember, it's the faith like the grain of a mustard seed. That's all God requires. You can do that. I can do that. God bless you.